Welcome to Mimi's Math Channel. I will be discussing arc length today. So for the arc length, the definition is that the distance along the arc measured in linear units. So basically what that's saying is the portion of the arc that is highlighted, I want to take that and I want to stretch it out so that it's like a line and I can actually measure it with a ruler actually. But we are given a formula, and the formula that I am showing you right now, AL represents arc length, and then it's going to be set equal to 2 pi r, which is your circumference. And then we're going to multiply that by theta out of 360 degrees, which is the entire measure of the circle. So the theta is going to represent the portion of the arc that you are trying to find the length for. So when we are using theta, that is the arc measure, but we're trying to find the arc length. So make sure you understand the difference between those two. In example one, we are given information, and I personally would have you highlight the portion where it's asking you to find something because it's going to be different depending on the problem. It's not going to always be find the arc length. It may be something else. So in example one, we're asked to find arc length of arc PQ in terms of pi and rounded to the nearest hundredths. So below you see the formula, and to the left you see the highlighted portion of the arc that we're trying to find the arc length for. And we're given that the arc measure is 160 degrees. We're also given that the radius is 5 inches. So let's just fill in the variables that are shown. We're trying to find the arc length, so therefore that's going to remain AL. Then the circumference, which is the entire edge of the circle all the way around, is 2 pi. However, we have a radius, which we're going to replace the r with, which is 5 inches. We're going to take that information and we're going to multiply it out of 360 degrees. We're going to just focus on the arc that's highlighted, which is 160 degrees. Whenever I see numbers that end in zeros, I just go ahead and get rid of the zero. So with fractions, it's technically over 1. So you can just multiply everything in the numerator and then everything in the denominator to find your arc length. And that's going to be 2 times 5 times 16. Once I multiply that out, it's going to simplify. Well, let me actually do that for you. That's going to be 160 out of 36 this time. And so my arc length, once I simplify this, and I'm sorry, I forgot my pi, is going to be 4 pi over 9 inches. That's in terms of pi. They also ask in the directions for us to round it to the nearest hundredths. So if I go ahead and put that in the calculator, that's approximately 1.40 inches. So make sure you keep up with your units. So this is what it would measure if I were to actually stretch that arc out. Now, number 2, or example 2, is no longer asking for the arc length because it's given. It's asking for the radius. This is why I said go ahead and highlight what it's asking for. So in my actual picture, I also see I highlighted the radius. What I know is that the arc length of arc GH is 8 pi. So in my formula where it says arc length, I'm going to replace that with 8 pi. And now I keep going, 2 pi. Well, I'm trying to find the radius, so I know that that r is going to stay there. And then I'm given that I have the arc measure of 120 degrees out of the entire circle measure of 360 degrees. So again, I'm going to get rid of these zeros, and I'm going to actually multiply across. And once I multiply across, I have 8 pi is equal to 2 times 12 divided by 36. Once I simplify that, that's 24 over 36, which simplifies down to 2/3 pi times r. So I want to get r by itself. So let's go ahead and start getting rid of things. I want to get rid of that fraction first. In order to do that, you want to multiply by the reciprocal, which means you switch the denominator and the numerator so that they flip upside down. And what you do to one side, you have to do to the other. And the purpose of me doing that is I can cross simplify, the 3's go away and the 2's go away. On the left-hand side, 3 times 8 pi is going to be 24 pi, but I still have divided by 2. And on this side, it is pi r. Now, if I simplify 24 divided by 2, that's going to be 12 pi is equal to pi times r. I still want r by itself because that represents my radius. So I have to get rid of that pi. And what I will notice is that it goes away on both sides. So I'm just going to write it in the form of variable first. R is equal to 12. So that's my answer for my radius. For example 3, I am again asked to find the arc length of arc YZ, but this time I'm given a diameter of 4. I'm also asked to leave the answers in terms of pi, as well as round it to the nearest hundreds. So I should know that a diameter is comprised of 2 radii. But if I should know that. So therefore, my formula is going to be D is equal to 2R. I'm told that the diameter D is 4. And I know it takes 2 radii to make up that diameter. So to get the radius by itself, I'm going to divide both sides by 2. And now I see that my radius is also 2. Now I can go over to my formula, and I'm trying to find my arc length. So I know that's going to be my only variable. Everything else should have something attached to it. 2 pi, we just said that the radius was 2 as well. And now we're going to multiply all of that times the part of the arc measure that we're trying to take out of the entire circle, which is 360 degrees, and multiply it across. So my variable on the left is by itself. So technically I can put everything to the right in the calculator. But that's going to give me the decimal, everything except for your pi. You can just add that later. So 2 times 2 times 9 is going to give me 36. And then I go ahead and put my pi symbol all over 360 degrees. And I know that my 36 and 36 are going to go away, which is going to leave me with a 10 at the bottom in the numerator. So my arc length for this particular example is going to be pi over 10, which is approximately let me put my units here. Pi over 10 feet, which is approximately, and I'm getting that from what's given in the information there. Once I put this in the calculator, it's going to give me approximately 0.31 feet because I'm asked to round it to the nearest hundreds. And that's it. Thumbs up, like and subscribe. Have an awesome day.